It's 8:26 in the morning. I've just packed up and it's brutally hot already. I am sweating, dripping, just packing up the tent and everything is just got a massive sweat on. So I'm looking forward to getting on the road, get some wind rushing through my jacket, which is a mesh jacket, thankfully. But yeah, I'm ready to go. I think I'm going to hit Serbia today, which will be not Serbia, Croatia. Forgetting my countries. I might go to Serbia. No, I'm not going to Serbia. I'm going to Croatia. You can tell it's early in the morning. But I might go to Bosnia. That's one. So when I'm all packed up, can't wait to hit the road. I'm dripping. This is disgusting. It's just going to get hotter from here. But I knew it would, so just got to suck it up, carry on. On a plus side though, I rolled my wingman of the road probably better than I've ever rolled it before. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you. Look at that for a tight roll. That looks good. Another petrol station update. So I've done my first 100 miles today, or nearly 100 miles, getting to Trieste. Should be there in about 2 hours, something like that, and then I'm really close to the border, the Italian border actually. So we'll see how far we get today. Definitely in terms of kilometers, I can get well down into Croatia. But I'm spending a lot of time on the motorway, and actually I'm going to get off the motorway now, because not only am I just riding past things and thinking, oh, it'd be good to have a quick look at that. Not that I can do that everywhere, because otherwise I'll be stopping every 2 minutes. But just take a bit of a different route. So I've chosen a different route which has no tolls. It says it's 29 minutes slower, but I'm going to do that one today. Because I think it would take me through some nice Italian countryside. I can stop somewhere soon and get myself a coffee and some Italian thing. And yeah, but I'm loving it. The weather's really nice. It is currently 10:30 in the morning, and we're at about 25, 26 degrees, something like that. But when you're riding with the mesh jacket, it's cool. It's not a problem at all. It's when you stop, you realise how warm it is. So, but it's going really well. It's going really well. Absolutely loving it. The bike's just munching the miles with no issues at all. So I'm super happy about that. But now I'm going to hit the road again, and I will do an update when I stop for a coffee, I think. Which needs to be soon. I haven't had my morning coffee yet, and I need it. And I've just been rinsed at this petrol station here, because €2 per litre here. Terrible. Now these guys
were not interested in talking to me at all, even though we had Triumph motorcycles. They were touring down through Europe, so was I. And on top of that, I can actually speak Swedish, so I thought it would be a good chance to kind of have a chat with them in Swedish. But they weren't having any of it, so yeah, I'll just cut this bit short because I tried to have a conversation, but it literally just kind of fobbed me off. It was a bit embarrassing. But anyway, thanks guys. Have a lovely trip. It's just so phenomenal sitting on the back of a motorcycle and being able to look out and just see the ocean there and feel the air kind of rushing through your mesh jacket. It's completely different than driving a car or any other type of transport. You just get this amazing connection with where you are, and it feels, yeah, now looking back at this footage, I just want to be back on the motorbike, riding down that road, looking out over the ocean again, and experiencing it another time, because or one more time, because it really is phenomenal.
I've just arrived in Trieste. It's quite close to the Italian border, on the Italian side, and this beautiful scenery behind me. Covered about 200 kilometers so far today, and plan to cover about 200 more. So that would take me well into Croatia, I think. I do fancy having a little dip in the sea. The first 100 or so kilometers today I did on the motorway, but then got off the motorway and decided to come through some of the small towns and villages, which was really nice. You get to see a little bit more of the kind of well, you just get to see a bit more of Italy, really. You don't see much on the motorways. The motorways are great for just munching miles and covering ground, which you need to do on a trip like this sometimes, but I really wanted to see some of the little kind of places and that kind of thing, so that was really nice. But right now it's hot. I am forever grateful for my mesh jacket, because it's actually keeping me nice and cool as I'm riding. I thought it would work, but not quite this well. This really is, it's quite comfortable riding even in like this heat, which is probably about 35 degrees. Definitely. Well, maybe not quite that much. It's definitely 30 degrees. It's about lunchtime. I didn't get breakfast. I need to go and do that. And I need a coffee. I haven't had my coffee yet. But that sea just looks so nice. Let's go and get that as a backdrop instead of this. Like this. It's absolutely amazing. I don't think there's a sandy beach though. I might have to wait until Croatia for that. But that's okay. But for now, I am Just gonna have a little breather in the shade here and get myself, need to get myself some food actually, some food and a coffee, and then see what happens. Something's going on here.
This was actually one of those kind of comedy moments in the trip that I wanted to talk about a bit, because I soon realised that actually stopping your motorcycle in the middle of a town or a city to have something to eat or drink was not the easiest thing in the world to do, because you've got all your kit on there. You don't want to take all your kit off and carry it around with you all the time, so you want to keep your kind of all your valuables in one bag, take that bag with you, but there's still your bike, there's still all your stuff there. And you just think, it might attract attention, so you need to kind of stop somewhere where you can see the bike, and this is what I was doing in Trieste. I was literally riding around for ages, ended up on some of the most random little roads trying to find somewhere to eat, and I ended up finding somewhere, but it was just a couple of coffees and a sandwich, which was more than enough at the time. I was really happy for that, but it took me through these tiny streets and ended up being quite a bit of a comedy thing, so yeah, that's why it's here. I need this coffee right now. This is good. I'm gonna get another one. Maybe two. I don't know. It's been good riding today. The only problem with having loads of kit is that wherever you stop, you kind of have to make sure you've got an eye on it. All of my valuables, I'm going to run through all the kit stuff later on, but all of my valuables are in one bag. And all of my clothes and tent to stay strapped to the car, strapped to the bike. But it just means that I've been kind of hunting around for a place to stop where I can actually look at the bike, and you see I got the bike right there. I'm so hungry. Sorting that out now. Then I'm going to head off to, I probably need to go through a bit of Slovenia first, I imagine. Have a look. No. Yeah. I gotta go through a bit of Slovenia first, I think. It's another country to tick off the list, though, isn't it? All as well. I'm gonna film this. Cool.
Yeah.
Filming us?
I'm filming me, filming you, filming us. It's weird, isn't it? Anyway.
Yeah.
Heading off to Croatia now.
Got my sat nav set to a place called Jadranova, where there's a lovely campsite that's right on the water. So I'll be able to just pitch up my tent and run into the sea. That is just what I want to do right now. But sat nav says, sat nav says I will be arriving at 4:30. So it's only 110 kilometers. So that's not so bad. Off we go.
So I'm heading out of Trieste and I'm heading to Croatia. So it's not just like going to the next town, I'm going to the next country. We stopped in Trieste for probably about 2 hours and I just drank coffee and sat and cooled down, let the bike cool down, and I had a long chat with Lillian, which was brilliant. It's good to catch up with her. Yeah, it should take me about an hour. It says an hour and 52 minutes. For some reason there's some tolls on the road again. Are there any routes without tolls? So expensive on these motorways. But I'm heading to a campsite that has some amazing facilities, like right on the seafront. So I'll be able to get myself into the ocean, cool down. Now if it's really nice there, I may stay the whole day. I may stay 2 nights, who knows if they've got room. I don't even know if they've got room. Yeah, I may stay 2 nights because it's not like I feel I need a break necessarily. But if it's a nice place and there's some good places to eat close by, all that kind of thing, and the sea's there to swim in, then why not? It would be quite nice, I think. I was saying to Lillian on the phone how it's a very, very different experience riding a motorcycle in Europe than it is driving a car, because you know, in a car you can just leave your stuff inside, you can lock it all up and you can kind of forget about it. Should I fill up now? Oh, wait until the next one. You can lock your stuff up in the car and forget about it, and you can go and do your thing. But when you're on a motorcycle, you constantly got to be thinking about all the kit that you've got. You know, my tank bag, I've got to carry it everywhere with me because I've got all my important documents in it. You know, I've got all my camera gear in it. Everything's kind of got to follow me around. So earlier on, for example, I just wanted to jump in the sea. But I couldn't just go and do that really, because you know, what happens if I jump in the sea and someone just walks off with my tank bag? Because I can't take my tank bag into the sea with me. So, you know, there it is. It is slightly different. I thought I would be able to kind of jump off and take photos and maybe be even more kind of free to do that than when you're driving in a car. But usually the photos you're taking are after you've parked up and you've gone for a walk around town and you see some interesting stuff and so you start taking photos. But it hasn't really turned out like that. Now, I don't mind that at all. It's just different. And because I've never done a big ride like this before, much of it is a learning curve. Thankfully it's gone very, very well, and that's the only kind of major, not really a major challenge, but because I love taking photos of everything, it's been a bit like, oh, I can't quite do that as much as I wanted to. Well, it turns out we are crossing into Slovenia in just a few minutes, so I'm just setting up my GoPro. Yeah, my sat nav is saying Slovenia is just a couple of short miles away, so I'm just going to keep recording and we'll see what this border crossing is like, see if they're any different from the other border crossings. I would say that every border crossing I've done, apart from the one between the UK and France, has been completely non-eventful. Like, there hasn't even actually been a border crossing. I mean, obviously there's a border there, but it's just a fluid border. So you can see this blue sign here. It says Slovenia 250 meters. Do I have to stop? Oh, nope, don't think so. It's 35 meters to Slovenia. And I am in Slovenia. Well, at least there was some police there. No one's checked anything. That's quite cool.
I've arrived on site in Croatia at this like massive campsite here with hundreds and hundreds of people, but it's right on the seashore and it has a swimming pool and it's got restaurants and everything is just as you need it to be when you're absolutely knackered. So I am so looking forward to getting into the pool or the sea or whatever and just relaxing for a bit because I'm quite sore from the riding. So I'm ready to chill and have a nice time. First time in Croatia. Feels good so far and it's warm.
good beer. Pan. And now I'm getting a raki on the house. So this is the raki on the house. It's supposed to go straight down. Cheers then. It's like flipping petrol.